Almost a decade ago, back when they were all part of the Atlanta Falcons coaching staff, Dan Quinn, Kyle Shanahan, and Raheem Morris sat down with a young Mike McDaniel. It was an uncomfortable but necessary conversation. They told him he was drinking too much. McDaniel had already lost a job with the Houston Texans in part because of alcohol, and during his time with the Falcons, the signs were starting to show again, the smell of alcohol on his breath, moments of concern noticed by his peers. That intervention changed his life. It was Quinn, then the head coach of the Falcons, who encouraged McDaniel to get help. Soon after, McDaniel entered a 3-week treatment program, determined to turn things around. He returned to Quinn's staff later that year, in 2016, completely sober, a commitment he has kept ever since. Now, nearly 10 years later, McDaniel is preparing to face his former mentor on one of the biggest stages possible. The Miami Dolphins and the Washington Commanders are set to meet this Sunday in Madrid, marking the first NFL game ever played in Spain. For McDaniel, it's more than just another game, it's a moment that brings his journey full circle. Dan Quinn holds a special place in my heart and my career, McDaniel said Wednesday, speaking to reporters. He was there at ground zero when I became sober. He supported me and gave me the opportunity to continue doing what I love. I'll be forever indebted to him. He's the kind of leader who truly connects with everyone he coaches. The Commanders are lucky to have him. McDaniel is now in his 4th season leading the Dolphins. It hasn't been easy. Miami sits at 3-7 this year, a disappointing start that's already led to the firing of general manager Chris Grier and rumors about McDaniel's job security. Still, the Dolphins are showing signs of fight. They're coming off a convincing 30-13 win over the Buffalo Bills and have won 2 of their last 3 games, giving fans hope for a late-season turnaround. Across the field, Dan Quinn's Washington Commanders also hold a 3-7 record but are heading in the opposite direction. They've dropped 5 straight games and are without starting quarterback Jayden Daniels, who suffered a brutal elbow injury earlier this month. For Quinn, it's been a challenging season, but this matchup carries emotional weight, not just because of the standings, but because of the man coaching on the other sideline. For all of us, when there's an issue, sometimes you don't want to let people know, Quinn said when reflecting on McDaniel's journey. You're counting on them, and they're counting on you. But leaning in, that's real strength. All you want to do is help and support, but the real work begins with the person in that spot. That's exactly what Mike did. He faced it head-on, stayed committed, and never looked back. It takes guts to do that, and that's why I'm so proud of him. 2 men. 2 teams. One powerful story of resilience and redemption that goes far beyond football.